Prime Roberto Carlos. So, what are we thinking about him? He's 91 rated, we have an 86 pace, an 88 mid, and a 92 moments. This has come from a large jumbo, so we have got the loans from way back when, and we've just never got round to him. He is one of my favourite left backs. Genuinely, the free kicks on him is incredible. So for me, Roberto Carlos is always a legend. Brazilian icons, always just got a fan favourite. Not too sure why. I think we just like most of them anyway. They are pretty good in the game regardless. But with Roberto Carlos, we obviously have the nostalgic free kick from way back when. A beautiful outside of the foot left foot. If you haven't seen it, go check that out after this video. But he is a 3-star, 2-star. Nothing really too special there. The high, left-footed, 5'6", a generic left back that, to be honest, just does the job. He's got great pace. I think in terms of his stats are pretty average throughout. There's nothing really massively crazy here, and it's why we've had to go with that anchor. And the problem we've got is we've got a lot of good fullbacks. That's just natural this year. As soon as you add a Hakimi, add a Cancelo, there is very few that overtake them, or it's just a preference really then. Then it depends on, do you need an icon? Do you go with Cafu as the right back? Do you go with Carlos Alberto? Left backs is quite lucky, as I think Roberto Carlos for me, in terms of icons, is probably the best. We have recently used Cole, which will be the kind of similar video later on at the end. But I think Roberto Carlos comes in trumps. The question is it his moments or is it his prime? Again, that's going to be at the end. So if you want to stick around, check out the gameplay and we'll go through it. So just quick look on the stats. Shot power, free kicks, all above average, which we kind of expected. With the anchor, you get 93 defending, 93 physicality, and then you get a lovely little bonus onto that pace to make it 97, and it turns him into a 93 rated left back. So let's see if that's worth almost, I didn't pay for the card, 827. Roberto Carlos, oh, he goes for that tackle. I knew it as soon as I pressed X. I knew with the little touch to the left it was going to be a penalty. The question is Maradona stepping up? Where are we looking? Oh no, he's gone for a bit of push gas. Where are we going? He's going right. We can see the head movement. We're going to fake him left. We're going to go right ourselves, and he goes and Panenkas us. Right, let's get it over to this guy. Let's have a look then. I feel like in terms of Roberto Carlos, compared to somebody like Cole, I don't think necessarily he is as much as a kind of wing back. I feel like left back really suits him just to kind of stay back, whereas Cole 100% favoured that kind of wing back sort of system. Good interception from him, but I think what Roberto Carlos has personally, other than having that good amount of free kicks, he is better at that passing sort of zone, ready to kind of push up if needed, but most definitely is better at the defensive elements. And again, he's just very good at getting the ball. He's going to link up with his Brazilian partner Neymar. Just let him have the space. Can we find a little ball in? Finds it into Del P, and Zidane's going to get it out, unfortunately, but so far so good. He's just letting him have that space, so he's going to have an absolute field day with that sort of space right there. Del P on the edge. What can we find from him? He's going to get cut down quite quickly. Good dribbling from him. This is where the weak foot's going to come in handy. We need to find a pass off before he gets the decision right. Double ball roll, just generic left foot, and I knew he was going to get it eventually. Done well though, good left stick dribbling most definitely. On to Vieira, we're going to go back to him. See a little go across field, just go over to his Brazilian teammate Cafu. Roberto Carlos is 1 versus 3, and he's absolutely stuffed it. He has gone for that pass, we read it, and it was the only thing we could do at that time, but we managed to get it away. Beautiful stuff. Back into Roberto Carlos, he finds him down the wing. Gonna wait for the opponent to just keep running at me. Roberto Carlos got a bit of Maradona to watch. Dealt with things so far very well. We're gonna get it again. Good interception. Vieira with the little nickel of a foul, but it's all good. And how on earth we didn't stretch a leg out? Roberto Carlos, great touch. Gonna find a little dink over the top, but Maldini is going to deal with it very uncomfortably, I can imagine there. Don't really see many people heading it back to their keepers just from a pass back, really. He's got him here. Maradona's on the inside. He's always looking for that pass, so you just got to step off him, and it makes the fullback's job so much easier when you know that the opponent's literally not going to run at you, and you can see the attacking work rate there of him. Sensational stuff. Can we get a first time crossing? That's going to be something he's going to be very good at. His crossing ability normally is pretty decent from what I can remember of previous versions in FIFA, and obviously playing with him in this FIFA also, because we have used him a few times. We've just never really got round to the review. Question is he worth 820k? And to be honest, I think left backs are hard to put a price on, because I think you've got a lot of very, very talented left backs that naturally are not necessarily as good, but they hold the same sort of value. We've had a good amount of fullbacks that just naturally have got the ability of somebody like a Roberto Carlos. I think with Carlos, you've naturally just got a name now more than anything. He's got great stats throughout, and I think he is a very good and talented left back. But yeah, I think name-wise is what's holding his price at the moment more than anything. What's his moments coming in? His moments is coming in at 1.8. I personally wouldn't spend 1.8 on a left back. So if you really just wanted a left back, a Roberto Carlos, I would probably direct you towards the prime rather than the moments, because 1.8 is far too expensive. Carlos again beating down the wing. It's a lovely cut in. Gonna try and find that big ball across. If you had somebody there. Oh, a double save. Beautiful. 2 headers. Just missing out. Again, like I say, that cross is going to do wonders. Going to find that peach of a ball into Neymar again. Can Neymar deliver? We need a bit of backup here. Going to go for the cross instead. Problem is, we've got a very, very small attack force here. So heading-wise, not necessarily the greatest. You had somebody like a Drogba or somebody in the air, 6 foot or so. That's where you're going to really notice that difference with his crossing. Got to be a penalty. Got to be. He got flown. Rudiger trying to step in too hard. We go with the turn. Left stick dribbling enabled. And Del P, as we know with his prime, is going to step up for this penalty. We're going to go right. And it's sold. And another goal is in the bag. Roberto Carlos finding his way up. Can we find a bit of Ben Yedder in the middle? It's a bit close to the keeper. Oh, that is a peach. Can we get the first time? Flicks it in. Ben Yedder, Roberto Carlos, get your absolute captain's armband on. My man Roberto then. So, 827, roughly, give or take. Is he worth it? We've got a base that's coming in at 382, which, to be fair, for a base is a mad price. Normally, they're like 100 to 200 at the moment in terms of the lower versions. Mid is 545, and it tells you a lot. When we get in mids and primes that are still over 500, you know they are the better sort of icon, because normally we're seeing icons now for 100, 200, and to be honest, some of the icons that are considered relatively nice. His moments is coming in at 1.47. Have we seen anything less? 1.47 sounds about right. So we've got about just over half the value in terms of his prime to his moments. I think prime is definitely a good icon. You are probably paying more for the dynamic image for this moments and the fact he's brand new. I think in terms of stats, we've got a bit more on the shooting, which does leverage himself into more of a left wing back to almost a midfielder rather than just your generic left back, which is very nice, don't get me wrong, but I think for me you are paying more dynamic, and if you are wanting a left back, just a solid left back, I would offer more the prime than the moments. That being said, we will be doing the moments soon, so if you want to stay around and check out that, do make sure you subscribe and you'll be the first to be notified if we do that very, very soon, because 1.4 I think we could get just in the next couple of days, so we will try and get that one out for you. We've got plenty to be doing. I think we're about 30 to 35% through the moments, so we are absolutely pushing through every single day, trying to get more and more, as well as trying to tail on some primes like this Roberto Carlos. As to be honest, I still think he's relevant. I still think you could definitely get away with him. In terms of icon left backs, he's my favourite. I know you've not got necessarily many to go with. Zambrota is definitely more of a right back. Lama prefers a DM. Zanetti and Petit prefers a DM. Maldini is obviously a centre back. So it is pretty much a race between him and Cole. And for me, I think Carlos wins that race hands down. So overall, Roberto Carlos is always going to be a 10. Solid left back. He's got the pace. He's got the defending. Physicality is lovely. Great passing. Very confident on the ball. Not necessarily the greatest, but most definitely enough to get you by. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure you do like and subscribe. We are going to cut away to similar icons, or obviously a version of him that I have done in the previous game. So I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.